let me not even waste your time. Right here, we got the paperwork. This is 1090 Jake telling on an inmate that he had an altercation with by writing a letter to the warden. We're not even going to read the whole thing. You can pause it and try and decipher the chicken scratch if you want. I'm going to just read the first sentence, and this is by Jacob Cherry. It says, the date, and I was sitting on my bed when inmate Jimmy Henry, whatever the name is, hit me with a rock and a sock on my head. We'll stop there. That's a letter he wrote to the warden. It is a statement. You should know the significance of this. I don't have to really break it down, but I will anyway. Now, this is another piece of paperwork that they have uncovered. I'm not even going to read this. You could pause it and read it if you want. All we need to know is the fact that he wrote a statement on another individual in prison. So let's get to him basically making an excuse for it.
So you saying that when you was ranked, because they in the said, so help me please. So you agree that was you who wrote all this out?
The whole thing I wrote, bro. I'm writing to the warden. Like, look, this the situation I'm in. You got to make it sound some type of something.
Nah,
like,
yeah.
What I'm gonna be like? Hey, warden, I'm big gangster, but let me out of confinement. You think they finna? Nah, that's finna work like that. And they probably looking at my DRs because I already done been for confinement for weapons and everything else already when it happened. So it's like once that happened, they boosted up my custody level to closed custody. I got shipped off the unit in a gang sweep. So they sent all the Bloods and Zoes in one bus back to reception. And then I ended up going to an adult prison. So I had to finish my confinement time at Appalachia CI. And then I got into more when I got over there. I was fighting in there, whatever. So that's how I ended up doing 210 days of confinement.
Now, that's him admitting that he wrote that statement, giving context, telling you what's going on, why he did it. Now, when everybody else get to explaining why they did what they did, y'all know how y'all be. Y'all know how y'all, air quote, real niggas be, man. If a nigga got to do all this, he snitch. If a nigga get all that shit. That's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. But we not going to get to y'all yet. We going to get back to 1090. And if he can make excuses for this, the question I have is why did he have all that smoke for Kodak trying to hold his feet to the fire for doing something similar just a couple months ago? Basically for writing letters to, the warden and stuff like that about the COs, abusing him or whatever they was doing and his living conditions. Let's play that clip.
This is why rappers fuck with me, they DM me, they FaceTime me, but they don't want y'all to know that they fuck with me. Cause if I do a video on them, they gonna act like they never fucked with me. And I ain't even talking about Kodak. I done spoke to rappers bigger than Kodak. But speaking on Kodak, you made a video dissing me, saying I'm snitching for talking about the lyric. Is this snitching? Writing a lawsuit the second you get to a prison saying that you getting beat by the COs because you don't want to be at that prison and you was allegedly on PC at this is that snitching? Is it snitching when you name drop the COs that are supposedly killing you slowly, doing all type of shit towards you? Is that snitching? Because I don't know, maybe that ain't snitching. I know this ain't snitching, but one of these two things can actually result in somebody getting arrested, investigated, fucked up, right?
Right. So this is the issue, man. This is the issue. We're not going to get too deep on what I think yet, as far as, my stances or nothing like that. We just going to get straight to the blatant hypocrisy. The Grim Reaper of rap careers. You over here trying to expose all these snitches when you yourself had paperwork out there, when you yourself have done the shit that you have made $1 million off of condemning niggas for. Ain't that motherfucking ironic? And the most ironic part is the Kodak shit. Because the Kodak shit you would think is excusable to some degree. But again, you know, when it comes to the street shit, these niggas is not logical when it comes to just how this shit work and all that. But yeah, you would think since you in these vulnerable, you know, damn near powerless positions, if you not like running this shit and you know you just like a regular inmate and the COs is whooping on you and all that shit, like you would think it would be cool to, you know, had a abuse checked and stuff like that. Well, nope. That's snitching. That's snitching. That's snitching. Now he tried to do this. That's snitching, you know, to have some wiggle room and stuff like that, but he was insinuating that it was snitching. Now the thing about 1090 situation on top of that, it's not like he was a victim. He was in a fight. He was in a fight. He got his shit off. The other dude got his shit off. He had a rock himself, and the other dude had some shit from what I read. I could be wrong, but you read it yourself. You try and decipher that shit yourself. If you seen all the Chicago footage, you see how this shit go, bro. From Lil J to King Von, these dudes get in fights. They get in altercations. They get sat down for a statement. What do they say? Jack shit. They don't say nothing. You go back to motherfucking Bronx Tale. Like you see how this shit go. The game is not a game that you gotta fucking play to be familiar with. You don't say shit. That's just what it is. Now I could go in on the audacity, the hypocrisy, the irony of him making this mega mondo platform, basically telling on other rappers, saying that they snitch, destroying careers, when he did the same shit less than 10 years ago, when he had this shit on his jacket less than 10 years ago. We could talk about this all day. We could bask in it. But let's go to the other side real quick. We look at all these rappers that he's talked about and stuff like that. You see Boston Richie all fucked up. You see some of these niggas fucked up, et cetera, et cetera. Even though Boston Richie say, you think we ain't have emotion? Like, look, you know, he was with Future, man. Future don't want to be seen with him now. You see the type of toll. You seen Young and Ace come out and he had to say all the shit he said and like put his social security out and all this stuff. You see the type of consequences these dudes had to deal with, you know, with being exposed like this. You know what the rapping shit comes with, and you know that, you know, you got to look real, you got to be real, all this shit, you know, authenticity, blah, blah, blah. 1090 Jake is a YouTuber. So you got to ask, what is the consequence going to be for him? Is he going to take a hit? My guess is not really, and I'm going to tell you why. Similar to 6ix9ine, the people who consume a lot of this content are not people who give a fuck about the G code or people who are in the streets. It's rap fans. That's just what it is. So you have a lot of people who are regular people who tune into this type of shit, listen to it, watch it, and the majority of them are the reason he made that $1 million that he put on the screen and stuff like that, as far as all the types of videos that he makes and stuff. Now, when you get to the street part, as far as the street dudes and stuff like that, the first thing I want to ask, like, you know, let me know if I'm wrong, because I know some street dudes is going to be tuned in. Let me know if what he did is snitching or not. And let me know if you was fucking with him and you going to stop fucking with him, or if you're going to keep fucking with him because you don't care. Because I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not a big 1090, matter of fact, fuck big. I'm not a 1090 Jake fan at all. I don't watch his content. So what I think is inconsequential to him, honestly. And when it comes to the whole street shit, I don't really condone that either. So it's like, I really don't give too much of a fuck about it anyway. But the whole point of me making videos about him and mentioning him in videos at all is because of rap. And I love rap. That's just what it is. So this shit don't hold that much weight with me at all. It's just about the hypocrisy and all the other things that I mentioned. The one thing I will say with all of this, you know, when it comes to not just the street side, but the industry side, you know, most of these rappers are street dudes and stuff like that. And he was talking about doing an interview with Kodak Black and et cetera, et cetera. If anybody keeps rocking with him after that, after this, it's going to be very, very, you know, peculiar depending on the circumstances, depending on the excuses. It's really going to, you know, number one, it's gonna make me fucking laugh. I think it's gonna be hilarious if cats keep fucking with him, regardless of this. You know, it might be something that doesn't get as widespread as it should. But the other thing is, it's gonna be very intriguing to me if people continue to fuck with him at whatever capacity. You know, as far as the street dudes and stuff. Like people like Adam 22, he could keep fucking with him. Why not? Because Adam 22 is like not a street dude. And, you know, it's two vultures. You know, why not continue to come together for the destruction of niggas? You know. But I think that's all I have on it, you know. Let me know your thoughts, especially, you know, the G code, the niggas who abide by the G code. Let me know what you think about.